Jacobs breaks with the right hand, and another save by Grant. Diving stop. Here's Shannon Hughes. She's got two defenders on her, finds the open player. Sullivan feeds it on over to Pino. 2-1, Skyhawks win! 10-9 the final score. Skyhawks beat the ranked Assumption Greyhounds, number 15, for their first home win in well over a year.
I think we're really fired up, especially because, we lost by 4 goals last time. We really wanted to get that revenge, and Assumption has always been one of our rivals. I think our game against them a few weeks ago, we really didn't come out as strong as we did. We were kind of a second half team, but I think we really hit the ground running in our attitude and our, just hustle every single play. I feel like we didn't take a play off, so I think it took a little bit for us to click, but I think we're finally, playing Stonehill Lacrosse again. It feels great. I'm really happy to be back. Defense has been something we've been struggling with just because we're such a young defense. I mean, we have a sophomore and a freshman, Carly King. That's really, intimidating going against some of those Assumption girls. Just have, really great shot placement. So I think it was a defensive effort that we didn't have the first game. And, like I said, we didn't take a set off. So, my defense, if they do their job, I can do my job. And I think we executed that well today. It always comes down to, that one save. So making that, I feel like, is definitely a great ending. And, I'm just happy that, the score is in our favor today. And it's a great way to start our Easter break. And I think we're really excited. We both of our games got, postponed this week. So just the opportunity to play and then the opportunity to win is great. So we're really happy about that. Really, using our communication, I call it tough love, but, if one person's not doing their job, the whole defense falls apart. So really working as a team and, like I said, we're tough on each other, but we want the best from each other. So, accountability is a huge thing for us. So I think our accountability on defense has been the best it's been all season. So hopefully we can keep that and ride into next week.
Yeah, so after a huge loss versus Assumption and Franklin Pierce, we really had to start from scratch and work on our defense. We started with the basics, fundamentals, and we really, really worked hard to get to where we are today. It was a team effort. I think it's amazing seeing our defense come such a long way. Our attack has always been good, but our defense was slacking in the beginning. And everyone put in an extra effort throughout this week to get better and better to versus Assumption and, come out and win. When Molly always asks me, I always get a smile on my face when I score after. I feel like we have a really good connection. We are always together. We're playing basketball outside of lacrosse together at home. So I feel like we already have that instinct together. So I feel like it's amazing to work together. But also, I also owe it all to my teammates. They're amazing off ball. They work super hard. They give me the lanes to drive, and yeah, I finish. Yeah, I mean, Julia DiAugustino, she's amazing at the draw. Emma Sullivan, super gritty off the circle. KJ really stepped in today, worked really hard to get those extra ground balls for us. Molly in the first half did pretty well, and it's a team effort all together. Each one of us works super, super hard to get where we are. Julia works super hard off and on the field to get the draws all the time, and yeah, team effort. I think there's always room for us to get better and better. It's amazing that we are home today, but we got to take each day. I feel like we learned from COVID. You take each day, you don't know what's coming next, so just going to stay in the right mindset and work hard every single day.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge win, obviously. Assumption is such a great team. They've been nationally ranked for a couple of years, and they're only moving in this direction. So it's a team that we've really had our eyes on and that we've really struggled with the last 3 meets. So it's just so good to make that sort of progress. And of course, it's definitely a little bit of an advantage to have some legs under you and have a little bit of a break, and also have a little bit of time to really break it down and really, really prepare specifically for each and every kid. I think what's really clicked for us defensively, and I don't want to get ahead of myself, we clicked defensively for 2 hours, thank God, but it's just it's an area that we didn't realize how bad we were struggling in until we actually started playing games. I mean, in a year without scrimmages and a year without contact and all that sort of stuff, I think we were all just kind of guessing what it was going to look like. And then in real time, we're like, oh, okay, that needs a little more work. So we have dedicated a ton of time. And all of the kids that are playing defense and midfield, we've been riding them really, really hard for the last 2 weeks. And every day they don't complain and they take it and they just focus on getting better. And I think that on a day like today, they just said, you know what? let's try to really figure this out. And they did, and they just took it play by play. And I think more than anything, it's just defense is just all about trust, right? Trusting that your teammate is going to do what they have to do to support you when you're on ball. The draw is so tricky. It's just like a matter of adjusting for a whole game all the time. And that's what it feels like to me, no matter who you're playing. And they have been really strong on the draw for a very long time. And so, we made a lot of adjustments in the second half of Assumption, and we went into this game using those adjustments, and they didn't work. Then we had to readjust for the second half. So it's just a matter of trusting and trying new stuff, and that making sure whoever is on that circle is just primed and ready to fight for the ball. It really is sometimes that simple. That's a beautiful thing. And that's the key to success when it comes to attack. There's no doubt about it. And we've worked really, really hard to make sure that we have the personnel that we need to make sure that we're a balanced group over the years. And that's exactly what we are. Our attackers, somebody's allowed to have a bad day, and then somebody can come off that bench and level up for them. For instance, KJ did that for us, Katie Julian. She doesn't have many minutes. She hasn't been playing very much, but she was called on, and I thought she really held her own. So that is kind of what our attack's all about, and that's a really good feeling. And I thought they started out just like kind of a little slow and, looking at stuff, not really fighting for stuff, but they got it together for sure. I think our attack is a really talented group. They just have to, just like everybody else, figure out how to work the most efficiently together. Beej is a gamer. I mean, that's the only way you can slice it with her. She shows up in games, and I think there's been a little bit of a disconnect between like her play and or I shouldn't say that. There's a connection between the defense's play and her play, and the truth is, any group, if your defense can give your goalie what they can save, then their goalie will make the save, and that was our game plan. Like, this is what we know we can save and what we can control, and this is where, if they're shooting from here, we know we can't control that. And I thought our defense leveled up in a huge way today. They didn't take a single play off. I think they played so hard and so smart. And when they did maybe give a couple extra inches that they couldn't afford, Beej came up and saved them, that's the way it's supposed to work. And she is such an awesome kid, and she's here with us for a 5th year. So I am so grateful for her that she had a day like that today.